Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about IELTS Writing Task 2. We're going to learn how to write a discussion essay. In this lesson, we're going to concentrate on how to write the main body and the conclusion. In the previous lesson, I taught you how to write the introduction of this essay. We saw that in the introduction, you need to write the background statement and the thesis statement. If you want to know more about that, then I recommend that you watch the previous video on how to write the introduction. Remember, when it comes to your IELTS Writing Task 2, you need to write 4 paragraphs. You need to write the introduction, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and the conclusion. Before we begin the lesson, I would like to give you some information about IELTS Writing Task 2. The first thing that is important to remember is that you get 40 minutes to write your task 2. You get 40 minutes to write your task 2. You should write more than 250 words. If you're aiming for a band 8 or a band 9, then you should write 300 words plus. Your IELTS Writing Task 2 is worth only about 66% of your writing total marks. You will be marked on task response, that is, how well you have answered all the different parts of the question. You will be marked on coherence and cohesion, that is, how well you have organized your ideas and your paragraphs. You will be marked on vocabulary, and you will be marked on grammar. The other thing that is important to remember is Academic Writing Task 2 is a formal essay. There are different types of essays that you may be requested to write. For example, an opinion essay, a discussion essay, an advantage, disadvantage essay, a direct question sort of essay, or a solution type of essay. In my channel, I have a playlist on IELTS Writing Task 2 if you would like to know how to write each of those different types of essays. I also have a playlist on IELTS Writing Task 1 and of course IELTS Speaking, and in both Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3. So I recommend that you have a look at my playlists if you would like to know more about how to write or to speak during your IELTS in Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Now, before we get into our lesson, remember to subscribe to the channel for more useful content, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share the video on all your social media platforms. Remember, it is bad karma to benefit from something and not give something back. The way you can say thank you to me is by subscribing to the channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and sharing this video on all your social media platforms. And all those 3 things are free. So go on, do it. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and remember to share the video on all your social media platforms. Now, let's get into our lesson. The first thing that you should do during your IELTS writing exam is read the question. Make sure that you understand the question very well. Identify the different parts of the question, because you want to make sure that you respond or you answer all the different parts of the question. So let's begin by looking at the question. Some people think that art is an essential subject for children at school, while others think it is a waste of time. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. So we have the first side of the essay, or the first opinion, and that is people who think that art is an essential subject for children at school. Those are people who think that art is an important subject. On the other hand, we have people who think that it is a waste of time. Those are two different opinions. The question is, discuss both sides and give your opinion. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. So the first part of the question is discuss both sides. So in your essay, you must write a paragraph on both opinions. You have to write a paragraph about people that think that art is important, and you also have to write a paragraph about people who think that art is a waste of time. And you're also expected to give your opinion. Now, how do you do that? I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. So the first thing that you do is write the introduction. You write your background statement, and then you write your thesis statement. After that, you write your body paragraph 2. In body paragraph 2, we are going to write about one opinion. In body paragraph 3, we are going to write about the other opinion. But we are also going to make sure that while we are writing body paragraph 3, we ensure that we express our opinion as well. Because you are told, give your opinion. That means you will take sides. You will either be one of those people who think that art is an essential subject, or you will be one of those people who think that it is a waste of time. So once you have decided what opinion it is, which side you want to support, then you begin writing your body paragraph 2. As far as I'm concerned, personally, I chose to support people that think that art is an essential subject for children at school. Personally, that is my opinion. I think art is a very important subject that should be taught to children in schools. So I will ensure that when I'm writing the body paragraph that is expressing that opinion, I make it very clear to the examiner that that is also my point of view. So let's begin with body paragraph 2. We are going to write body paragraph 2 based on the opinion of those people who think that art is a waste of time. So body paragraph 2 is going to be based on people that think art is a waste of time. So in body paragraph 2, I will be proving that art is a waste of time. We begin with on the one hand, and this is because we have 2 points of view. So we have to make it very clear to the examiner that we are going to discuss one opinion in one of the paragraphs. So we begin with, on the one hand, comma, some people argue that children should not be offered art as a subject in schools. So you begin with on the one hand, and then after that you write the point of view that you're going to be discussing in that body paragraph. On the one hand, some people argue that children should not be offered art as a subject in schools. After that, I'm going to begin writing about the reasons. On the one hand, some people argue that children should not be offered art as a subject in schools, since, in their viewpoint, that would be a waste of time due to a number of reasons. So what I've done there is I have introduced the first point of view that I'm going to be discussing in body paragraph 2, and that is some people argue that children should not be offered art as a subject in schools because in their viewpoint they think that it is a wastage of time due to a number of reasons. So I have introduced body paragraph 2, and now I'm going to give reasons to support that point of view, to support the point of view that art is a waste of time. Firstly, I use the connector, I use the linking word, firstly, comma. They perceive art as a less important subject compared to subjects such as maths and biology, both of which lead to respectable professions, for instance, working as an engineer or a doctor. So that is the first point to support that art is a waste of time. They perceive. Perceive is a band 9 word that means they think. Firstly, they perceive or they think. Perceive means think. Firstly, they perceive art as a less important subject compared to subjects such as maths and biology. Now, people who think that art is a waste of time, they think that it is less important than subjects such as maths and biology. And why? Because subjects such as maths and biology lead to respectable professions, for instance, working as an engineer or a doctor. So, the first point to support that art is a waste of time is, firstly, they perceive art as a less important subject compared to subjects such as art, such as maths and biology. Then I have to elaborate my answer, both of which lead to respectable professions. And then I give some example. For instance, working as an engineer or a doctor. So remember, you have to identify your point, give your point, but elaborate it and give examples. So the first reason why some people think art is a waste of time is because they think it is a less important subject compared to subjects such as maths and biology. Because according to them, if you study maths and biology, then you're going to end up doing a respectable profession. For example, working as an engineer or a doctor. So that is the first point. I'm now going to introduce the second point to support my point of view, and that is in addition to that. So I use the linking word in addition to that. So I'm about to give another point. In addition to that, comma, a lot of people are convinced that studying art will not guarantee you a bright future, because you are likely to struggle to secure a job as an artist, and if you do, your salary will be meager. In addition to that, a lot of people are convinced that studying art will not guarantee you a bright future, because you are likely to struggle to secure a job as an artist, and if you do, your salary will be meager. So, according to the second point, the reason why some people think that art is a waste of time is because they think if you study art, you're not guaranteed a bright future. And that is because you're likely to struggle to secure a job. You're likely to struggle to get a job. And if you do get a job, your salary will be meager. Your salary will be meager. Meager means very little, peanuts. Okay, you will earn very little. Your salary will be meager. Okay, so in that body paragraph 2, I started off by making it very clear to the examiner that I am about to discuss one point of view. I did that by using the linking word on the one hand. And then after that, I wrote the point of view that I'm going to discuss in the rest of the paragraph. And that is that some people argue that children should not be offered art as a subject in schools, since in their opinion, since here means because in their opinion, that would be a wastage of time due to a number of reasons. And then after that, I gave 2 reasons to support that point of view. And I ensured that I gave examples and elaborated the 2 points. I introduced the first point using the linking word firstly. And I introduced the second point using the linking word in addition to that. To give my examples, I use linking words such as. Such as is a linking word that means for example. And I also used for instance. The linking words such as, for instance, and for example, the 3 of them mean exactly the same. I also use the linking word because. Because is a linking word that means since or as. So if you don't want to use because, you can use since or you can use as. So that's how you write body paragraph 2. The whole of body paragraph 2 is based on one point of view. It is based on one opinion. And as you notice, body paragraph 2 does not represent my opinion. That's why I said some people argue that. And now we move on to body paragraph 3. In body paragraph 3, we are going to write about the other opinion. And the opinion is that some people think that art is an essential subject. Body paragraph 2 was about people who think art is a waste of time. I don't support that point of view. I support the point of view that some people think that art is an essential subject. So I have to make it very clear to the examiner right at the beginning of body paragraph 3 that that is my opinion also. So we begin body paragraph 3 with on the other hand, because this is now a different point of view. On the other hand, comma, I strongly believe that children should definitely be taught art in schools. Now you notice that I started with I strongly believe that. In the question you are asked, discuss both sides and give your opinion. You express your opinion by saying, I strongly believe that. So on the other hand, I strongly believe that. So I would encourage you in body paragraph 2, begin with the opinion that does not represent your opinion. In body paragraph 2, write about the opinion that is not yours. And then in body paragraph 3, write about the opinion that is yours. That makes it easier for you to say, on the other hand, I strongly believe that children should definitely be taught art in schools. So after I have written, on the other hand, I strongly believe that, then I write what I believe in, and that is the opinion that art is an essential subject. So I write that in my own words. I strongly believe that children should definitely be taught art in schools, as it is just as important as any other subject, for example, physics or chemistry. So what I have introduced there is my opinion, and I have given a reason straight away why I support that opinion, and that is I think that art is just as important as any other subject, for example, physics or chemistry. And then I'm going to move on and give another point. In the first instance, studying art gives the pupils an opportunity to develop their critical and analytical skills, which they can apply while learning the other subjects to comprehend them better and attain high grades. So that is my first point to prove that art it is an important subject that should be taught in schools. In the first instance, so that is a linking word that means firstly. In the first instance, that means firstly. In the first instance, remember this is a Band 9 essay, so we have to make sure that we use advanced vocabulary, but also that we don't keep repeating the same vocabulary. So in the first instance, studying art gives the pupils an opportunity to develop their critical and analytical skills, which they can apply while learning the other subjects to comprehend them better and attain high grades. So in that point, I am arguing that art is a very essential subject because it gives the students, the pupils, an opportunity to develop their critical and their analytical skills. And they can apply these skills while learning the other subjects to comprehend them better. To comprehend simply means to understand. To comprehend is to understand. To comprehend the other subjects better and attain high grades. Attain is simply a Band 9 word that means get high grades. Instead of saying get high grades, I want to get high grades, you can say I want to attain high grades. I want to attain a Band 9. I want to attain a Band 8 instead of saying I want to get. So that is my first point to support my point of view. And now I'm about to move on to the next point. So I introduce the second point using another linking word. Furthermore, learning art does improve the learner's creativity and talents, which they could make a successful career out of later in life by working as graphic designers, painters, or even as an art lecturer at the university. Furthermore, learning art does improve the learner's creativity and talents, which they could make as a successful career out of later in life by working as graphic designers. That should be GRAPHIC, not graphic with double F, okay? It should be GRAPHI, okay? As working as graphic designers, painters, or even as an art lecturer at the university. So the second point that I'm giving to support the fact that art is an essential subject is that learning art improves the learner's creativity and talents, which they could make a successful career out of later in life by working as graphic designers, painters, or even as an art lecturer at the university. So what I have done in body paragraph 3, I have discussed the second opinion. And I have also made it very clear right from the beginning that that is also my opinion. Remember, the question is discuss both sides and give your opinion. So while I'm discussing the second opinion in body paragraph 3, I also make it clear to the examiner that, hey, that is also my opinion. And I do that by using the words, I strongly believe that. On the other hand, I strongly believe that children should definitely be taught art in schools. And then after that, I gave reasons as to why I think art is an essential subject. Firstly, I believe that it is just as important as any other subject, for example, physics or chemistry. And then I moved on to the second point or the first point, depending on how you look at it. I believe art is an essential subject because in the first instance, studying art gives pupils an opportunity to develop their critical and analytical skills, which they can apply while learning other subjects to comprehend them better and attain high grades. And after that, I move on to the second point. I introduce that with the linking words. Furthermore, learning art does improve the learner's creativity and talents, which they could make a successful career out of later in life by working as graphic designers, painters, or even as an art lecturer at the university. So that's how you write body paragraph 3. Body paragraph 2 should be based on one point of view, and body paragraph 3 should be based on the second point of view. And make sure that at the beginning of body paragraph 3, you make it very clear to the examiner that that is also your opinion. After that, you write your conclusion. What are you supposed to do in your conclusion? In your conclusion, you're supposed to repeat your opinion. You're supposed to strengthen your opinion. Remember, you made it very clear in body paragraph 3 that that is also your opinion, but in your conclusion, you are also supposed to repeat your opinion once more. State your opinion once more. Reinforce it. Reinforce your opinion in the conclusion. Repeat it. So we begin writing the conclusion by saying, for these reasons. Now, for these reasons are the reasons I have given in body paragraph 3. Remember, your paragraphs should be linked right from the introduction to the conclusion. We link body paragraph 2 to body paragraph 3 by using on the one hand, on the other hand. That shows they are linked. And I have to link body paragraph 3 to the conclusion. I link body paragraph 3 to the conclusion through the use of the words for these reasons. So for all the reasons I have given in body paragraph 3 to prove that art is an essential subject, for all these reasons that I've given, comma, I am totally convinced. So you could also write due to these reasons. That is also fine. You can, instead of writing for these reasons, you can also write due to these reasons. That is the reasons I've discussed in body paragraph 3. So for these reasons, or you can write due to these reasons, I'm totally convinced that art should be taught to children in all schools. So I'm repeating my opinion again. I'm totally convinced that art should be taught to children in all schools. And then after that, I give my reason very briefly based on my arguments in body paragraph 3. For these reasons, I'm totally convinced that art should be taught to children in all schools. And then I give a reason based on my arguments in body paragraph 3 to enhance their critical. To enhance is to promote. To enhance their critical, analytical, and creative skills, which will promote their ability to access and understand all the other subjects. So what you notice there, my reasons are based on the reasons I gave in body paragraph 3. I began the conclusion by linking it to body paragraph 3 using the words for these reasons. You can also use due to these reasons. And then after that, you make it very clear that you are repeating, you are strengthening your opinion using the words, I am totally convinced that. And then after that, you write the opinion that you have. Art should be taught to children in all schools. After that, you give reasons, summarize reasons as to why you have that opinion. And in your conclusion, you should not introduce new reasons. Your reasons should be based on body paragraph 3, the reasons that you gave earlier on. So, for these reasons, I'm totally convinced that art should be taught to children in all schools to enhance, to promote, to enhance their critical, analytical, and creative skills. Remember, I talked about that in body paragraph 3. I talked about critical, analytical, and creative skills, which will promote their ability to access and understand all the other subjects. Remember, that is the argument I put across in body paragraph 3. So in the conclusion, I have to repeat, I have to strengthen my opinion. And the reasons that I give in the conclusion are the reasons that I gave in body paragraph 3, but in summary. So there you go. That's how you write the body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and the conclusion of this particular question. If you found this lesson helpful, then the only way that you will make me happy is by giving me a thumbs up, sharing this video on all your social media platforms, and subscribing to the channel and turning your notification button on. Remember, it is bad karma to benefit from something and not give something back. So give me that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the video on all your social media platforms and help me grow this channel so that I can continue uploading more videos that will be helpful to you. Now, thank you very much and see you in our next lesson. Bye bye.